Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was talking to myself and I realized the time went by real quick, me doing that. Okay, so we're just gonna get nice and organized here and we will get started. Beautiful, beautiful. Just make sure the volume is on. Wonderful. All right. Okay, welcome, welcome. So this is going to be a tarot divination reading for the collective consciousness for the week ahead, February 13th to the 17th. All right, so a little bit about this reading and how I conduct it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from the Divine Masculine Buddha Wisdom Oracle deck. And then I'm going to take a look at the Divine Feminine Buddha Wisdom deck to see the Divine Feminine's energy for the collective. So just something to keep in mind of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine energy. So masculine and feminine energies live within us. Men and women have both energies, and it just depends on which one we are embodying at that time and choosing to integrate. All right. Afterwards, I'm going to take a look at the recent past. So this could be, a couple of minutes ago, a couple of hours ago, a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago. But most likely it's just kind of like a recent experience that you were exhibiting for the last little while. That was profound, had a profound effect on you. Next, we're going to take a look at the present situation. And we're going to take a look at your physical state. So what's going on in your body, what's going on in your physical reality. So your job, your career, your family, those aspects of your life where you show up in the physical realm. Also your home, your security, your career, your body, your health, etc. So the physical realm. Then we're going to take a look at the emotional state. So how you're feeling, your emotions, how you share and connect with others. Are you feeling fearful? Are you feeling love-based? Are you feeling compassionate? Are you feeling resentful, etc.? So your emotions. Then we're going to take a look at your mental state. So how are you feeling mentally at this time? Are you feeling anxious or are you feeling calm? Are you feeling at peace? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling frustrated? What are you thinking about? How are you communicating towards others? So this will be your mental state. And then we're going to take a look at your spiritual state. So what is your soul experiencing at this time? What kind of spiritual lessons are you undergoing? Where is your soul taking you? How are you feeling in the spiritual realm, in the other world, in the other dimensions? And then we're going to take a look at your future state. So this could be, a couple of minutes after this whole experience right here in the present moment. It could be, a few days from now, a few hours from now, a few weeks from now. Basically, it's going to be the energy that your soul chooses to experience, has already made the decision, and thus you were headed in that direction to experience this future event. All right. So let's start with a prayer, and then we will get right into it. Goddess of the moon, God of the sun, I ask you to come bless this reading. Align me with divine grace and wash me in eternal love, blue and purple light. I ask Mother Earth to protect me with all 5 elements, fire, water, earth, air, and spirit, and grant me knowledge of collective consciousness. All right, awesome. Let's give it a nice little quick shuffle. All right, so let's see what's happening in the Divine Masculine's energy for the week ahead. Show me what's going on in the Divine Masculine's energy for the week ahead. Something wants to come out there, but I don't like forcing things. All right. All right. Do what you have to do resolutely with all your body, mind, and heart. Really nice. And what's interesting is that this energy fell during the weekend. So this was actually the energy of the weekend. When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? So it's only natural that this energy is still kind of continuing on because it is Sunday night. So the weekend is still here. So you could be experiencing or just kind of finishing that energy off at this time, Divine Masculine. Okay. Let's take a look at what's happening in the feminine. What's happening in the feminine energy? What's happening in the feminine energy? What's happening in the feminine energy? I just got hit with so much information from the Divine Masculine. All right. Let's put this a little bit more to the side. Let's look within for a place of rest, your temple of the heart. Something is what it is only because of what is not. Honestly, like, I feel so frustrated reading this. All right. Might as well talk about it, right? Okay. So the masculine energy is quite responsible for the structure that is placed in this world, meaning, grounding the feminine, ethereal, spiritual information she receives from the divine. The masculine's responsibility is to ground that spiritual information to practical means, meaning making that information disposable or available to the public. So the masculine may feel like he is doing what he has to do in order to follow the feminine's spiritual information that is coming into her crown chakra. Oh my God. Wow. I understand now. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so the masculine energies have been grounding a lot of things right now in their root chakra. They have been healing their root chakra, which is responsible for exactly that, for creating a structure, creating certain ancestral generational continuations, bloodlines, genetic formations, stability, security, how you place your time, schedule, how the world sees, religion, spirituality, work ethic, timetable, your family, your community, those type of things. So the masculine has been healing the root chakra, really learning to kind of ground themselves and connect themselves to the earth. So the earthly elements of fire, water, earth, and air, and understand life on a deeper level connected to the ground. While the feminine energies have been cleansing and clearing their crown chakra. So you can understand now the polar opposites here that is happening. So basically, the feminine energies have been clearing and cleansing their crown chakra, connecting to creative life force, so creating to the divine, connecting to the divine in order to receive higher spiritual knowledge. But as they are doing that, they are also undoing certain structural dynamics or types that were learned from, previous generations or past, historic generations or lessons or structural beliefs. They are undoing those things and they are receiving new spiritual information in their crown chakra, cleansing their crown chakra. So they are receiving a lot of spiritual lessons right now through their crown chakra. While the masculine energies are learning to ground this information in their root chakra in order to create a certain type of structure that is aligned. So meaning he is learning to align the feminine's crown chakra with his root chakra in order to integrate the masculine and feminine energies, in order to integrate the new spiritual truths in this world or the new kind of spiritual creations or a new type of divine information into a practical form that is available to the public. So what's difficult about this is that just because the feminine is receiving all of this spiritual information, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true at this time, meaning it doesn't mean that it works. It's wild, it's free, it's still unpredictable, it's not grounded yet, right? So it's coming from all different directions, all different types of magic, all different types of channeling information, all different types of spiritual awakenings and information and beliefs and all of these things. She is receiving all of that information and she's practicing all of that intuitively, right? She's receiving all of that information intuitively. As the masculine is learning to ground all of those things, he is just kind of following her lead. So he's following her lead spiritually and he's grounding all of that information. But his practical application is actually what is showing the feminine and the masculine, does this actually work, right? Does it actually work? Is this practical? Is this true? Is this available? Does this make sense? Does it work? Is it ethical? Is it kind? Is it open? Is it uniting? Is it healthy? Is it body, mind, and spiritually aligned, right? Wow, what a realization. So so it's natural for the feminine to feel a little bit frustrated, especially when she finds that the masculine energy is grounding all of these spiritual applications, only to realize therefore afterwards that the spiritual information that she has received isn't necessarily wrong, but may need to come in forms of preparation, meaning before she grounds these type of spiritual applications or brings them out into the world, they need to come with certain warnings or certain exceptions, for example, or explanations for those cracks in the foundation or the details that need a broader explanation or a more practical application, for example, which is where the divine masculine comes in. So, which is funny because I have the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom. So it's almost like they are essentially working together to create this new world, this new structural beginning. Whether this is a really small project, because the divine masculine and the divine feminine have mission in this world, right? So it's essentially, we are here to create a new world. And this is kind of like what that talks about. Oh, wow. And the Hierophants at the bottom. So you know, whether making a new school or a new way of teaching or a new hierarchy or a new type of stable beginning that is grounded in practical and is able to apply these new spiritual teachings, that's so that it's available to everybody, so that it creates unity. Oh my God. So all right, so let's continue on. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. I'm gonna be right back because I'm extremely thirsty. I didn't bring any water. So yeah, I'm obviously like pretty excited about this. This is very exciting. This is why I was 3 minutes late to my stream, because I was actually having this conversation with myself right beforehand, not realizing what it actually meant until now, which is, you know, obviously pretty cool. Okay, so wonderful. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's been happening for the collective in the recent past. It's these kind of moments that make me realize how much I effing love doing this. Like, I just love doing this. If I had all of the energy in the world, I would probably never go to sleep and I would just do readings all day. I mean, obviously that's not possible because there would be no balance. That would be really unhealthy. But you know what I mean. Okay. That's not a wish, by the way. That's not a wish to the universe. I have to be careful what I say because I am honestly a true witch and, you know, my spells really do come true. So it's just a joke, universe. It was just a joke. All right. So let's take a look at what's happening in the recent past for the collective consciousness. What was happening in the recent past? Show me what's happening in the recent past. The High Priestess really wants to come out. Show me what's happening in the spiritual past. The spiritual. There's a delay. I was guided to say spiritual, and the Hangman is all about enlightenment, so all about being in the spiritual. Basically, this energy speaks about a person who hangs themselves upside down, and they weren't forced to go up on this tree. They placed themselves there. And the reason that they are doing that is because they need to take a pause and take a look at their situation from all angles in order to understand the karma that they manifested. Because there may have been some actions that they have taken recently that made them realize, oh my goodness, like, this is my current situation. How did I manifest this? And, you know, what is the truth? What is the karma? And trying to see it from another angle in order to be able to make change or make moves in the right direction. So, given everything that I just kind of talked about here, I feel like the feminine energy, you know, manifested a certain situation based off of the spiritual information that she received, right? The truths that she spread. And this created a certain karma or a certain action or consequence that because the masculine had to ground these structural applications that these spiritual revelations that she had. I'm just gonna slow down my speaking because I'm getting too excited. And so she had to kind of like put ourselves up on this tree and say, okay, I need to look at the situation from all angles in order to understand why it manifested this way, right? Maybe there's another direction that I can take in order to find balance. So in the past, you recently took some time to seek enlightenment. You needed to see a situation from all angles to recognize, you know, where do I go from here? How do I move forward? How do I find balance in this karma that I manifested, right? What is the truth? What are the facts in this situation? Really taking time to observe it, and then finding balance in that, right? What is the right choice? Good, bad, darkness, light. How do I find fairness in this, balance in this, in order to ground the information that is coming through, in order to ground the information that I manifested because of the actions that I've taken. Okay. So let's take a look now at the present state. Take a look and see what's going on in the physical state. So it makes total sense because in the feminine energy, she has here, something is what it is only because of what is not. So she may have realized certain spiritual truths. This created a certain situation in her reality, only to realize that the only reason it is that way is because, you know, there is no other way. We manifest everything that we believe, right? Everything that comes through. And that spiritual truth has to be grounded in some form. But when it's grounded and there's actions created because of that, that automatically creates karma. And then we have to face that karma. We have to face our manifestation. And we have to ask ourselves, well, is this practical in my reality? Is this balanced? Is this fair for my soul, for everybody else involved? Is this truth? All right, so let's take a look at what's going on in your physical state. Wow, you got the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom again. So in your physical state, you're moving on from something. Something was creating a lot of conflict for you, mentally distressing you, creating maybe a conflict in beliefs, maybe chaos. And this is usually, you know, all in the mind, but physically it could have drained you. Could have created a lot of anxiety, a lot of tiredness, a lot of depression, a lot of frustration. Could have been words that were exchanged that were both very hurtful. And you are choosing to kind of leave that situation that no longer aligns with your path, no longer aligns with your truth, and going towards peace. This is in your physical state, which means that in the present, this week, you could actually be making a physical move. Like, you could be making a physical move towards new grounds. You could be moving away from a job, moving away from a land, so moving somewhere else. You could be moving towards, you know, a new relationship, or just allowing yourself to leave a relationship and go in a new direction. With the Ace of Pentacles here, this is you who has manifested a new opportunity in the physical realm. Given that it's in your physical state, that means that, like, either you are manifesting this new beginning, or the heavens have actually handed you this opportunity this week in order for you to go towards these peaceful grounds. So if you've been waiting for a job, or you've been waiting for some sort of opportunity, this is a clear sign that you're going to get that this week. Like, Ace of Pentacles is here, that being handed from the heavens. But this could also be you kind of like manifesting new lands, new place to live, new job. In general, this is you starting fresh, having a new beginning, a new structural beginning that is more aligned with your truth, more aligned for a place of rest. So it gives you more place of rest, peace, more alignment in your heart. Basically a feeling of contentment, which is what you are seeking. All right, really nice. So this is coming up this week. I feel like your masculine energy is very much assisting you in this, because your masculine energy is what helps you kind of take that action and ground what it is you truly feel inside. And over here we have do what you do resolutely with all your body, mind, and heart on the masculine side. So you could be manifesting this new beginning in order to create peace for you, And Spirit is just urging you to do it if this is what feels right for you. Like, you got to do this if this feels right, as long as you're doing it with all your heart, body, mind, and soul, full alignment, right? Away from any type of mischief that lies or disalignment with your mind, with your thoughts, with your beliefs, with your truth. What's really nice about this is that you've taken the time to look at the situation from all angles. So it's not like you haven't, taken the time to really observe the situation and not make any judgments until you were clear that you've seen the situation from all angles, right? All right, so let's take a look and see what's happening in your emotional state. Wow, just amazing. All right, so the Seven of Cups talks about usually someone who manifests a ton of opportunities, a ton of desires, a ton of wishful thinking, opportunities, possible paths ahead of them. Although sometimes that creates a lot of clouds of confusion, illusions, temptations, things that look good but surface level but aren't actually applicable to your path, to your soul path, to your best higher self. Given that it's in the Seven of Cups, whatever you have been elusively faced with, so any type of paths that were essentially illusions or not in alignment with your heart or your soul, or just presented to you as deception, just doesn't feel right. Emotionally, you will be feeling this and having the inner strength to completely remove yourself from it. So that's pretty awesome, simply because I kind of experienced that today a little bit. I don't know if I should talk about it or I shouldn't talk about it. I mean, no harm done. I don't really trust people online too much. I've been so many times in the past faced with scams, especially recently since the pandemic and everything has gone online. There's so many scams online, people pretending to be something that they are not. And I don't just mean in a superficial way. I mean literally that is not the person you are talking to or you see a picture of. You're looking at that person and you're real. There's a whole profile made up on this individual, and they are actually being impersonated by somebody else. So this kind of happened to me today a little bit. I had a short version of this where I had to kind of say, I gave that individual a little bit of time, just to open myself up to a possibility just in case. But it's more just to be nice, because I don't want to be rude, because I work online. My business is online. I communicate with people all day. I don't want to come off like a BICTH, you know what I mean? So, you try your best to be compassionate towards anybody that messages you. But right away, I had this inclining feeling that I'm talking to someone who is not real or pretending to be someone else. So I just kind of removed myself from the situation, which took a little bit of strength, because I had to fight with my inner truth of being kind to everybody. But then my intuition is telling me that this is not a clear situation, right? And God comes with clarity, not confusion and delusion. So that was kind of a situation here emotionally that I felt in my heart that I had to kind of remove myself from in order to not dive into these deep clouds of illusion, you know what I mean? So this week you could be presented with that, something may look good or look sincere or look genuine, but you should make sure that you are completely clear that this situation is real or aligned with your path or true to you before diving right in. So I do feel here that with the Seven of Cups in reverse, you're actually going to dispel those illusions. You're gonna seek inner strength and have the courage to be brave and completely cut through the illusions and eliminate those potential paths so you can go towards something that is more clear and peaceful for you, that is more honest and true. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening mentally. And you know what I mean? This kind of aligns a little bit with the masculine, especially if the masculine energy has been showing up a little bit as this illusion, not willing to kind of come through honestly as they are. That does create a little bit of confusion and illusion, especially on the feminine's energy, having to kind of dispel that and show that like the only energy that they want to be connected to is something that is clear, direct, and honest, right? You show up as a lie, then I'm not gonna want to talk to you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. So let's see what's happening in the mental state. Let's see what's happening in the mental state for the week ahead. What's happening in the mental state? Oh, wow. With the Empress at the bottom, I am loving it. I am loving it. So, in the mental state, you are making a choice that frees you. So we saw that in the physical state, you're actually physically making a move. Like you're moving away from a job, a situation, a relationship, a past belief system, a location, whatever. You are making this physical move for real. And you're following your heart doing it. You're listening to your feminine energy and saying, I am this empowered individual who co-creates with the divine. I am connected to nature. I have things to birth into this world. I have projects to, fulfill. I have babies to make. I have whatever it is that you feel fertile about or protective about, that you are birthing into this world. Mentally, you know that you are making this choice from your heart. You're aligning your mind and your heart. With the Lovers being in the mental state, that's evident. You're aligning your mind with your heart and making that choice to choose, whether this is a partnership that is really close to your heart. Usually the Lovers with the angel here at the top. This for me is the twin flame card, simply because the divine comes in and brings two people from two different walks of life. You can see here how this person comes from this grassy green land with snakes that climb across the tree, while this person comes from burning, blooming flowers, but yet they have no snakes. It's more of like a humble land. And these are two people that come from different walks of life to offer two different perspectives and be each other's mirror and be an example for the world that love goes beyond conditioning, beyond limitations. So with the Lovers card here, you are making that choice this week to align yourself with the divine, align yourself with unconditional love that goes beyond any type of conditioning or limiting beliefs or structural beliefs or social conditionings or judgments or opinions of others. And you're coming together with a person that you have a really strong soul connection to, or a situation even, or a land, or a location, or a job, or whatever that you have a very soul connection with, a very strong soul connection with. In order for you to be able to experience your most profound creativity, your most profound empowerment, in order for you to be in your most divine expression. So that's really nice. Let's take a look at what's going on in your spiritual state. I'm absolutely loving this reading. I'm loving it. I'm loving this reading. Especially since the weekend was all about walking away from the past, walking away from a foundation, a belief system, something that you put time and energy into, that no longer works for you in order for you to go through your transformation. And that's pretty amazing, because now we can see here that this week you have made that decision to move towards calmer grounds, right? And follow your heart's path. So I love that. It's following through, you know what I mean? Okay. So let's see what's happening in your spiritual state, conscious collective. Oh my goodness, what it is. What it is. The cycles of life, the cycles of life. Yup. Yogi lessons, yogi lessons. Okay, so I've been doing my yoga teaching. For anybody who has been following my channel up until this point, I post every single day, 11 a.m. EST, Vinyasa flow, and Monday to Friday, Hatha flow at 10 p.m. EST. And I'm doing this for as long as it takes me to complete my 200 hour. In the yoga, in the yogi way, we are taught that no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what's happening in our world surrounding us, our cyclical karmic cycles that we experience on a day-to-day basis, up and down and around we go, right? No matter what is happening, challenges, obstacles, sadness, depression, excitement, joy, celebration, harvest, it doesn't matter. Whatever is happening, regardless, we are happy and content and enjoy. And this speaks about really kind of also the Buddha way, like this too shall pass. It's really about no matter what, you are able to not attach yourself to any type of circumstance outside of you in order to not have expectations that could relatively disappoint you. Because every emotion has a season, and this essentially teaches you that no matter where you are in your life and wherever you are in this cycle, you need to maintain this contentment inside. So being happy inside, that no matter what's going on around you in your situations, you maintain this contentment, this joy within, that you kind of just allow things to flow around you and you create that contentment within. So this is the yogi way that I have been learning. And in the spiritual state, you kind of have that here with the Wheel of Fortune. You are learning the lesson of the cycles and seasons of life. So sometimes things are very low and very cold and very insecure and very sad or hard or difficult. And sometimes things are very abundant and celebratory and fortunate and prosperous and all of these things. But regardless, that doesn't change how you feel inside, the happiness and the joy and the contentment that you have found inside yourself, because you know who you are within, right? So this is what you're going through this week, learning about all of these changes that you're going through, especially as you move away from something and you allow the old to end and you go towards that new beginning, that new stable, secure beginning that we saw happening for you. As you make that choice that's aligned with your soul, you're learning to kind of allow the cycles of life and death and rebirth to teach you those amazing spiritual lessons, your soul lessons, that no matter what, you are blessed, happy, in joy and content, always curious and innocent to new information, world wonder. And this never takes you away from the playfulness of that inner child. You know, when children, I was actually thinking about this today, wow, because time went by so fast for me today, like so fast. And I went back to my childhood and I remember the days were so long when I was a kid. They were so long and there was always time for playing. There was always time for new exploration of something new, something curious. And like the days were long, like there was even time to take a nap and wake up and do it all again, and you were still in your full day. Like it was amazing. Like just amazing. And I'm like thinking to myself, wow, did time speed up, or just like, you know, there's just more to do, or we've lost that inner child exploration of play, or maybe children really do get extra time. Maybe they live in their heads more, or maybe they had more time to be grounded. I don't know. With technology these days and the internet and all of these things, life has definitely kind of sped up, being online, and things kind of move much quicker. But really kind of the point, really about holding on to that inner child play, that innocence, that curiosity, that excitement, that joy, and not being affected by outside circumstances, not being attached to things kind of leaving our life and new things starting. It was a lot more easier to let go of things as a child, right? Because you're just open to new things all the time. Oh, something new has showed up. I don't care about that old thing, right? Because there's something new now, so I don't care about that old thing. So really holding on to that new curiosity, and not holding on to old things that might be sentimental to us or might mean a lot to us, because we have to trust that we've learned those lessons and now it's time for us to grow and learn something new, right? All right, really nice. So let's take a look at what's happening in your future after you have gone through this massive present phenomenon this week. What's happening in the near future? What's happening in the near future? Oh my God. Wow, this is the best reading I've done so far. I mean, come on. This is some serious awesomeness. I know I'm not supposed to use the word awesome because it's like an overused word in the human dictionary, but I don't care. I'm bringing it back. So in the future state, you are like gonna experience some major victory here, some major recognition. This could be recognition for your hard work. This talks about someone who has been through a massive battle, all right? They have been through some sort of war, some sort of chaos, some sort of like massive change in their life. And given this whole situation here, as you're kind of making this move, making this change, walking away from chaos, and being the 6 and the 6 here, it's evident here that you're going to feel very much on top of the world, which is what the 6 of Wands talks about. It's about victory, and you have all of these other individuals surrounding you, applauding you for making it out of that war that you just experienced. So whether you're going to be feeling this like inside, internally, victorious and successful and just applauded for making this transition towards peace, making this change towards your heart, towards the divine, you're going to be given an opportunity of love, a new emotional beginning for yourself that may stem from a past life connection, which is showing me here. And you got the 2 of Cups at the bottom and the 10 of Cups. What is this? What? That is something crazy. I love it. I swear you can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this up. All right. So lots of love from your spiritual family, from your community, from people that are connected to you emotionally on a deeper spiritual level. This is the ultimate emotional fulfillment, like complete harmony with those you work with, completely content in your environment, in your domestic area, in your career, in your job, in your friendships, etc. And in the process, you're going to be connecting with another. So that's like an emotional connection. It could be a friendship. It could be a partnership. Whatever it is, you two are coming together to create harmony. And that's going to feel beautiful. It could even be co-creating with the divine, as we did see here that the divine showed up many times with the Empress and the Lover's card. And then the 6 of Cups here, we're still being connected to those sixes, really stepping back into our childhood and allowing that sweet love, that sweet innocence to kind of step into our world, right? To step into our life. This could also be a past life connection. The Six of Cups talks a lot to me about a past life connection, but someone who really understands you, which is usually a soulmate. And with the Ace of Cups being here, I mean, you saw the Ace of Pentacles earlier in your physical state being offered from the heavens, and now you're getting the Ace of Cups as well being offered from the heavens. So a new emotional beginning, a new stable beginning coming up for you this week. That's going to make you feel very happy and victorious and recognized and applauded and just overall appreciated. You know what I mean? Appreciated. So really amazing. I have never seen something like this before ever. A combination of this. Wow, this is like, yeah, seriously. This is like you stepping up on stage and everybody applauding you, like your family like connecting with you, like your partner connecting with you, like it's beautiful. Okay. This is a really nice reading. I loved it. Thank you guys so much for that. So this is your week ahead. I look forward to learning and hearing about your week ahead. If you guys feel like this resonates, please let me know. I would love that. So tomorrow I will be online at 11 a.m. EST for Vinyasa Yoga Flow. And then again at 10 p.m. EST for Hatha Yoga Flow. I highly recommend that you guys join me for the yoga class. It's going to be continuous. I love it. You should love it. We're all going to love it. All right. Namaste and have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great week. Talk soon.